It's a great day at the Goodwill store.
Victoria is very caring, very loving, very empathetic, very patient, and very welcoming to everybody that she meets. I first met Victoria 16 years ago on her first day when she came to Goodwill. She was referred to me by the Division of Vocational Rehabilitation. She was recovering from a stroke, and so she actually started as a program participant, which not many people know. My role was to help her figure out what she might want to do for work and might be good at for work. So I was the first person she met when she walked through the door 16 years ago.
I had a stroke, and my doctor said I had to come for an evaluation. I was mad. I came from the medical field, and I never even shopped in a secondhand store. So I came and hated every second of the testing with Jody, and I told her, you know, I'm probably very, very worst participant because I, one, don't want to be here, and I'm not going to kid you, I don't. I walked through the production doors because I was placed here at the store, and they told me that I had to work with a young lady who spoke no English. That lady took about 5 minutes to break the barrier of language, and she taught me how to button buttons and zip zippers, and I suddenly adored her and her patience with me. I was a grouchy little thing. So I quickly became adjusted to Goodwill. It didn't take me more than 10 minutes through the production doors to say I really like being here.
Every day I come in, she's happy to see me. I always get a big smile and hi sweetie kind of thing. And she's very encouraging. When I started, I didn't know if I'd be able to handle the job physically and stuff. And she's been real caring, and that impacted me a lot.
She's so strong, she's so confident, she believes in herself and she believes in others, and she helps others to grow the way that she grew.
After I left and everybody told me I was really good, and Jody says, you're good, you're fixed, you can go out and get a job now. And I tried to get jobs from as far south as Oshkosh and as far north as Green Bay for simply people to tell me, I'm sorry, we don't have a spot. If I got past the application and the interview, I had aphasia, and I didn't interview very well at all. So, I don't know, I thought I'm going back to Jody. She's the one who said I'm fixed. And I went back to Jody, and she hooked me up with meeting Joe Tibelow, and then Lori Mantifo was the lady who interviewed me and was gracious enough to give me a try.
She works with individuals that have a wide range of challenges. And so many times I've heard participants say to her, you have no idea what I'm going through. You have no idea how difficult things are. And never once has she come back and said, yeah, I do know what you're going through. I mean, she listens to the person and she lets them feel what they need to feel.
A lot of people, many of the program people, everybody, I just don't go saying, hey, I started as a program participant. But what I really say is if you want it, Goodwill will help you get it. And I'm a stepping stone here. I'm going to train you in different departments to make you better today than yesterday, and your future tomorrow will be opening to you and your choices.
Victoria was very understanding about my situation, having had a stroke herself and me just coming out of the effects of a second stroke. She gave me a position where I could sit or stand or walk around a little bit, and that helped a lot because we had an understanding together.
I don't know that anybody is ever going to be able to replace you, certainly not you as a person. Your compassion, your kindness, and your love is amazing, and it's been such a pleasure to watch you grow over these last 16 years. I love you, and I'll miss you.
I am proud to have been here for 16 years. It gives me great glory to hold my head high and say I was a Goodwill team member. I also want to show people that it's not me coming or going, it's who they can be, because you're still here with them. So thank you, Goodwill, for all the things you've done before, while I was here, and after I'm gone. You're the best.
Hi, my name is John Bruner. I like doing potato balls and potatoes corned off.
With John, he came to us in May of 2014, and this was right when he was done with high school. And his dream job was to march in the Wisconsin Marching Band. Unfortunately, that wasn't something that we could do, but he fulfills that through being a member of the Little Chute Community Band. So we just kind of started exploring other options for him. His parents brought up Whistler's Knoll, saying there's this vineyard that's in Hortonville. It's kind of a mystery to some people. Maybe you want to reach out to them. So we did. We met with Holly, and John was hired in June of 2016.
When John first was hired here, Holly said to us that she was happy to have John here because she knew he was going to be here for a long time. And that made us feel good, that she was making a commitment, and we knew it wasn't just a real quick thing, and it was just a nice thing for us to see John in that kind of role.
When Amy approached us with possible employment with John, we were really excited to find out a little bit more about the Goodwill program and how that would fit into our culture here at Whistler's Knoll. And after interviewing John, we learned that he would be a great addition to our team. He's a hard worker, and it's been a very positive experience for all of us.
It's nice for us because, you know, at some point you want him to be independent, or as independent of us or as independent as possible. And that gives us confidence in his ability to work with other adults. John's really blossomed from being here.
So he's using a time clock, filling out his timesheet. He's making sure that things are neat and orderly, which is an extremely important job.
I like living with family a lot. Yeah.
Helping people find the jobs that they need, that's what the mission is all about. So our program directly impacts the mission because we are the ones out there that are helping them find the jobs, and it is the most rewarding job. That is what I tell anyone when they ask me about my job, that it is hands down the most rewarding job, because you directly see the impact that you helping an individual is making on their entire life, their family's lives, the employers' lives. It's just, there's nothing like it.
As a parent, you worry enough, you know, about what's coming, and this has really helped us, you know, that we know John's is developing skills, and there's people out there who care, and I think it's been good for the other people around John too, to see that a person with disabilities can do a whole lot of things.
I ended up kicked out of my home, and me and my daughter had nowhere to go. The person that I was with at that time was in and out of jail and was very abusive. That situation became very, very bad, and lost my first place and the reason I was living on the floor at my mom's house. I ended up working as a waitress for a little while, and that really wasn't putting any money to save up to find anything. I was at risk of losing my vehicle, not being able to keep up on those payments either. I was trying to figure out how to get help with down payments, with anything that could help me.
I'm John Polakowski. I'm a Fisk financial counselor, and I'm called a satellite counselor at Levin. And the program that I oversee is the Pay It Forward loan program. And the premise of the program was based on the idea and the notion of paying it forward in terms of the fact that people who get loans basically pay the loans back, and thereby that money can be used to help other clients who come to Levin for assistance.
Driving one day, trying to search, and I drove past this house, and I called it, and I thought, that's way too much.
One of the things that impressed me with Stephanie right from the outset is that she's very well organized. And she had a notebook, and basically her notebook was her budget. And she had the self-discipline to really follow it and pay attention to what her needs were, what her costs were, and she knew exactly where she was at.
I always have my paperwork with me, and I do my budgets, I write everything down, I make sure that if it's affordable, it's affordable. I cross everything off, and I calculate how much that I can do and how much I can't do. And that's another thing that they are good with helping out with, is to make sure that you're not overspending with what you need. And I stayed in front of that house. Mind you, this is right before Christmas. And I'm thinking that, we're not gonna have Christmas. We're gonna be in a shelter or in a car or something like that. The money I had was going to food, was going to buying maybe one or two things to make sure my daughter had something to open. Levin was there, and Fisk was there, and all these programs were there. And I was able to make that loan, and then he referred me to another place that matched what that loan was to help me. And to this day, we're going on 3 years. We are still in this house. We're safe. My daughter has a backyard to play in. We have food to eat. And we have resources. And I meet people that don't know what to do. And I say, I've been through this before. These people can help you, but you really have to want to stay on your feet.
Elevating people, eliminating barriers, I mean, that this program is like a perfect fit for that, for the Goodwill mission. Because most certainly, as again you've heard personally from Stephanie herself, and we've certainly elevated her, personally provided emotional support, which is as key, if not more important, than the financial piece. And that's the nature of the program. That's why we're here. That's why we exist. And the relationship between Fisk and Goodwill, and Levin in particular, in the Pay It Forward loan program, is something that I think is quite exceptional and really can help people get back on their feet again. So that's really a cool thing, and I'm grateful to be part of it.
My name is Laurent, and I work at Contractivity here in Schreiner Center.
I would describe him as a bit of an introvert that wasn't really social with our team.
Well, when I first started here, I was actually kind of to myself. I always sat in the corner. I never really communicated with anybody. I never socialized with anybody or anything like that. But then, like, after I realized and opened up to everybody around me, you know, I realized how good of a facility that I'm working at, like with good people, positive environment. It's just like I felt accepted.
He's really blossomed. I mean, he's come out of his shell. He's embraced everything we've challenged him with. He's excelled in every job we've asked him to do, and he sets his own goals. So not only do we have goals for him, but he exceeds those because he set his standard so much higher. And again, it's just amazing to watch the progress that he's had.
I really admire Laurent because he has such a strong willingness to try new things. Even coming here to be in a work program, and I believe he hadn't worked for a while. First started out at 3 days a week, and he allowed himself to really fit in, and he tried. He was willing to try anything.
I know now he wants to move forward. Pretty soon he's going to be ending his job here with us at Goodwill, and he's going to actually be placed in the community, which is his ultimate goal with us here at Goodwill. And he's openly said to me that he wants to tell his story with Goodwill, and he wants to be able to be a positive role model for others and let them know that they too can take this Goodwill journey and end up in their ultimate dream job someday.
They kind of prepare you, transition you for like getting you out into the community and stuff like that. And in the beginning, I didn't realize that, you know. In the beginning, when I first got here, I thought, you know, I was like, this is a really good job. And I personally ended up liking it so much that I didn't want to transition away from, you know, this job. And then, like, it started just like seeing all the different things that I can do, even like with like my mental illness and stuff like that here at this Goodwill facility. It made me realize that I can get out in the community and do other things besides just working in one place.
I really enjoy being a part of his journey. He's shown me that what you start with is not what you end with. And he's got huge aspirations for the future, and knowing his creative side and the potential that he has is, again, just truly amazing, because I know he's going to do great things.
I have no words to express how I feel about this job. It's such a good thing.
Hi, my name is Nick, and I'm team leader for Goodwill.
I first talked to Nick in August of 2018. He applied for a regular team member job with us and went through a regular interview. The interview didn't go so great to start with, so we didn't elect to hire him on at that point. Shortly afterwards, Kayla reached out to me, explaining Nick's background a little bit. So at that point, I learned he was a school to work program participant with us, and she tried to work with us on, can we get Nick some work experience?
He's such a friendly person. He has such a great energy that he would be wonderful on the sales floor. So we tried him on the sales floor then, and he's pulling merchandise, he's clearancing items, putting it back on the sales floor, and interacting with customers, and he just has thrived.
It was immediately obvious that Nick was a wonderful addition to this store. He's super positive, super happy everywhere that he goes. Just a great influence on the rest of the team here as well. Once his 6-week work experience was over with, we actually struggled here because obviously we missed Nick's presence to start with just as a person. But we also had real difficulty actually making up for the work that he did for us as a program participant.
He kept coming back to Goodwill. He said, "This is my dream job, Kayla, this is my dream job, Kayla." So I was like, okay, you know what? We really wanted to broaden your horizons and be able to try some different things out. But if Goodwill is your dream, let's try to make it happen.
Eventually we were able to actually offer Nick a part-time team member role with us. He's didn't miss a beat from the end of his program to coming back to us 6 weeks later as a full-on team member.
Everyone likes me, so I heard that they got a call from Goodwill and made an offer. I'm here, and I couldn't back down that offer. Ever since, I love Goodwill.
My oldest son has got some barriers of his own, and actually his first real working experiences with our School to Work program in Darboy. You know, and actually his story is very similar to Nick's all around. So, you know, you fast forward past that School to Work program, and you know, my son's been able to hold down a job for the last 3 years, 5 days a week with really minimal coaching. That entire journey started at Goodwill. You know, so for me, I know that Nick talked about this being his dream job. It's one of many things he and I have in common. When I had an opportunity to come to Goodwill because of that kind of thing, it was a no-brainer. I mean, this was really the place to be for me.
Stories like Nick's make me extremely thankful for the work that we're able to do in our programs and services. It's why I work at Goodwill, and to be able to see the direct impact that services have on a person, and then what that impact has on the family, and then what that impact has on their friends, is a really awesome thing to be a part of. And it's neat to see not only the ripple effect within the families and the friends of the person, but also in the businesses that we're in, because the businesses typically have a culture shift where suddenly the tasks that they're doing, someone's next to them and takes such pride in those tasks that it kind of reawakens everyone around them too, and the jobs that they're doing.
He's a real ray of sunshine around the store, not just for team members, but for our customers also. So I mean, really, when we talk about the things that we're looking for in a team member anyway, you know, Nick really does personify all of that. You know, and beyond that, he's a great exemplification of our mission of elevating people by eliminating barriers to employment. I mean, Nick is that mission.
Hello, my name is Lily, and I've been here at Goodwill for going on 5 years. I'm 85 years old, and I was so thankful that when they opened up the store that I was given a chance to work here. I have a reason for being here. I know some people think, you work at Goodwill? You know, they're questioning because, of course, most people my age don't work. They don't even want to work. But I like to be here to be an example to people. And I think that I can do that by being friendly with them and following the rules and the order in which I should do things.
Lily does bring a great sense of responsibility and helps with us following the process. And she sets a great example for everybody. And that being said, she's great with customers. She always is willing to help people and show people what they're looking for and help them find that unique treasure that they may not even know they needed. That's our Lily.
I try to make and get to know the younger people that work here. There's one gal and I that are particularly good friends, and she'll say to me, "I love you, Lily," which really thrills me. She's a little younger than me. She's quite a bit younger than me. But we worked here, I think we both started about the same time. And so I like to think maybe, yeah, we're partners in crime, so we just do things well together.
She's Lily, and every day she lives that mission because she cares about people. That's what we do. We care about people. We care about everybody who walks in the door. We care about our work family. We care about making sure we're getting things out on the floor so they're not in a landfill, and processing things the right way. So Lily brings all of that to Nina too, and it's just wonderful to have that amount of experience and knowledge and bring that and help us continue to care about people every day. And that's a nice thing about Lily.
When Lisa suggested that I start working for Goodwill, I was like, yes, I want to get a job.
In 2004, Angie's former case manager, Lisa, contacted Goodwill to find out what type of programs we had for people with disabilities in our Green Bay stores. And at that point, we didn't have any programs specific to that population. We did have a program like that in our Fox Valley area, so it was very easy for us to replicate that and bring that into Green Bay and start providing services very quickly. And Angie was one of our first individuals in the program, and fast forward 15 years and she's still here.
Angie progressed to a point in her life where she thought she might want to seek employment. We knew we would have to have something that was unique and specialized to meet her needs. So we started kind of talking about what she would like in a job, what different characteristics would work best for her. Reached out to Goodwill, and they were able to kind of meet the needs and put a very specific program together for Angie.
A year before I started working here, I weighed 325 pounds. And I was sleeping all day. I didn't have much of nothing going on. Yeah, I have a purpose. I get up every day. I have a good attitude. I try to have a good work attitude when I come here. It made a big change for me, and it also helped me in my personal life as well.
Angie's come a long way, and for us, this is our mission in motion. This is what we do every day. We live the mission of elevating people by giving them opportunities to come into a work situation and perform the job that everybody else is doing. And you'll see them, if you've ever been in our store, you'll see them in our store. You'll see them at our donation door. They're the happy faces of Goodwill, and that's the heart of what we do.
We go through life so busy, we don't see people. So what I can do as her job coach is to help facilitate that, enough for her to have some time to shift the norm. So that's what I do. And I love it. I love it.
Our jobs as coaches directly supports the mission because we're the ones that are out there helping people find the jobs. We're vouching for them, and we're letting employers know that hiring someone with a disability isn't scary. It's often more of a benefit than anything.
To see the direct impact that services have on a person, and then what that impact has on the family, and then what that impact has on their friends, is a really awesome thing to be a part of. And it's neat to see not only the ripple effect within the families and the friends of the person, but also in the businesses that we're in, because the businesses typically have a culture shift where suddenly the tasks that they're doing, someone's next to them and takes such pride in those tasks that it kind of reawakens everyone around them too, and the jobs that they're doing.
What I really say is if you want it, Goodwill will help you get it. And I'm a stepping stone here. I'm going to train you in different departments to make you better today than yesterday, and your future tomorrow will be opening to you and your choices.
The work that you're doing with them is directly impacting their job, and when they become successfully working on their own, there's no feeling like it. It makes you feel amazing. I mean, it makes working fun. Working isn't a job when you're doing something like this. It's rewarding.
The Miracle League of the Fox Valley is an organized baseball league for kids ages 4 to 19 who have either a physical or a cognitive disability. The program is great because it is a community program based on the fact that we have almost 300 volunteers come out here every week to support our players, and mom and dad get to sit in the stands. And for a lot of our players, this is the first time they've ever played in an organized sport, and it gives them the ability to feel like their neighbors, their brothers, their sisters, their friends, and they get to be part of the bigger community.
And they have fun. It's more, they're doing it because they love it. A lot of the other organized sports over there, they take it more seriously, and it's not as enjoyable. They're doing it because they love to. And this is sometimes their only opportunity to play an organized sport. So they just love being here, and I love their enthusiasm and their energy.
So we went to Bob Peterson and talked to him, and not really about becoming a program of Goodwill, but more about if the community would support us, because we needed to raise $500,000 to build the field. So after talking to him and introducing him to the program and sharing our experience with the league, he invited us to become a program of Goodwill. So we've been a program of Goodwill since 2009, and it's been a great match because what Goodwill does and what the Miracle League does is really about giving individuals the opportunity to be their best selves.
We're parents of John. John has been in the Miracle League here since the beginning. John has Down syndrome. He's a huge sports fan. He likes his Packers, he likes his baseball, he likes his basketball. So the Miracle League has given him the chance to be on a team, to play one of the sports he loves. He gets to work with the same volunteer since the beginning. She's been wonderful to work with. This is a great opportunity for him to understand the rules of the game, a little bit about competition, but yet to be part of a great opportunity, a great organization.
It's important for us to have a Miracle League in the Valley because I think all of our kids want to feel accepted and included, and it's hard for kids with special needs. Sometimes the world is very overstimulating to them, and for us to be able to create an experience that they feel super comfortable in, that the parents respect and know we're going to treat them well, and that the kids are happy and they're growing. It's important for them to be able to be successful and to be like their peers, but also to just be a kid. They want what everybody else wants. They want friends, they want to be a participant, and they want to have relationships with other people. And I always say the Miracle League is about baseball, but really what it is, it's about building relationships and making all of our families and all of our players feel like they're a bigger part of our community.
For a lot of them, it's lasting friendships. They are with the same buddy every year. They see the people on their teams. They see their coaches. They know their coaches for years because they're people. they're people too, and they're amazing people. No matter what, everyone's amazing in their own way, and I think that's unrecognized sometimes.
Hi, my name is Aubrey and I went through the restorative justice program. I like to do a lot of stuff. I like to do sports. I like to do like art and music and a lot of like extracurricular activities.
I'm Aubrey's mom and I reached out to the restorative justice program about a year ago. When Aubrey was about 9, when she was 9, we lost her father. And since then she had a little bit of trouble with accepting it and being able to process things of guilt and blame and so on. And we worked really hard to get her out of that, and we got her to a pretty good spot where she was relatively back to the normal Aubrey.
Well, basically what happened was I had to go to the program because of some bad things that I did during school. And so in the beginning I didn't really think that it was going to be like that big of a deal. I thought, well, you know, might as well go, whatever. But what really happened was it kind of just showed me like what I could do and how helping people can make it easier for me to, be nicer to people, because it's kind of something I struggle with.
She started out with, I want to say, like the guilt and shame that she had to do it, because she knows that her behavior was not okay. She just didn't think anything was going to happen. Found out that she would be able to do community service with her and see if she could help change her behavior and make her more of a productive member of society. They were actually charging her with a disorderly conduct, I think it was. And Officer Cornell had called me and he said, I don't want to do this to her because I know that there's underlying things causing this behavior. Since this is the first time she's ever gotten in trouble, there is a program she can go to. If she passes the program and does what she's supposed to do and the lady feels like she has changed her behavior, then the charges will get dropped.
I feel like they kind of just gave me like a new way of thinking, basically. Like they just kind of gave me a new mindset on what I have to do instead of acting out. I could just kind of do the little things of helping. I've had this plan or dream to just, when I get older, that I would go to this college in Tennessee and then get a nursing degree and then just be a nurse in Tennessee instead of here. I like helping people, and I like, being the big old hero and being the person who a lot of people know and stuff like that.
But for her to want to help people, that's the Aubrey I know. She's I don't even know how to explain it without seeming like I'm boasting about my child. She is good, and she has a good heart, and she has a kind heart, and for her to want to help other people, especially with the stuff that she has been through, and most people would have shut down and never came back out, it amazes me. So I'm extremely happy, and I hope she does it. I really do.